Hi, I'm Beth Graves, and thank you for joining us on the Circus Arts Spotlight. Each week, we'll shine the spotlight on the people, programs, and events of the Circus Arts Conservatory. In addition to professional and student youth performances, we'll explore incredible outreach programs and learn how the circus arts impact so many aspects of life. For more information on today's topic, or anything circus arts related, please go to our website, circusarts.org. Now, let's get started. Hi, and welcome to Circus Arts Spotlight. Today we're going to be speaking with Kelly Fairchild. Kelly was born to circus parents. Her mother's family, the Campas, are one of Mexico's largest and oldest circus families. Kelly grew up on traveling circuses, touring the United States and Canada before pausing to attend high school. After college, Kelly returned to the circus for a few years before deciding to stay in Sarasota, working in circus administration, eventually becoming part of the Circus Arts Conservatory team. Hi, Kelly. We're so glad to have you today.
Hi, Beth. Thanks for having me here. It's good to be here.
So I gave everybody a little short synopsis of your background, but would you like to tell us a little bit more about your family background?
Sure, yes. My mother, Sonia Campa, is from Mexico. Her family has been in the circus for about 8 generations that we can document. It goes back quite a long ways. My father is was a 3rd generation circus performer from the United States.
So, and what are the acts that your family performed in?
My mother did unicycles, low wire and slack wire, juggling, head balancing trapeze, web, foot juggling, a musical comedy, a little bit of everything. And my father was a ringmaster. He also was a juggler and a wire walker as well.
So I don't know if you have any siblings, but does your family still perform?
I do have 2 siblings. My immediate family is mostly retired from the circus, or they work behind the scenes like I do. But all of my extended family is still in the circus and performing.
Okay. So I said in my opening that you traveled a lot with the circus. So were you didn't attend regular school until you were older, is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, I didn't attend public school until I was in 9th grade.
So can you tell us a bit about how schooling worked for you when you were on the road?
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a school out of Baltimore, Maryland called Calvert School, and they had a very large correspondence program. So every spring, my parents would send away for the package, and that included teaching manuals, different books we needed, all of the curriculum, and every month we would take a test to see how we were progressing. The teachers at Calvert School would grade those papers and send them back and just kind of give us notes and things we needed to improve on, so on and so forth. And then at the end of the year, there was a big cumulative test, and that they would tell us if we passed, failed, and then that's how we progressed.
Wow. Almost like virtual learning is going on right now.
It is. You know what? I was ahead of the curve. I've been there, done that. So, yeah. Although we didn't have, although it was a little bit challenging in those days because we didn't have, Wi-Fi. We didn't have computers or anything like that. So we would have to take our tests and send them through the mail and then wait for the teachers to grade them and then mail them back. So kids now definitely have an advantage for sure.
Yeah. It sounds like it was a little bit more laborious.
Yes, it definitely was. Yes.
So it sounds actually like you have very fond memories of doing that, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I did. No, it was really great. And then there were a couple of years when I was a little bit older when we were on the Big Apple Circus, which is a bigger circus. And they actually had a school teacher that traveled with the circus full time. So she gave us instructions. So that was actually really nice as well.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah.
So,
It was called the One Room Schoolhouse.
were there a lot of children?
I think there were probably about 12 of us.
That sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah,
So,
it was fun.
What are some of your favorite circus memories?
Well, there are so many. When you're traveling every day, you don't really know where you're going or where you're going to end up. So my favorite memories involve being really surprised by the locations where the circus was playing. I remember one time when I was about 9 years old, we played a town in Southern California called Seal Beach. And we actually set up on the parking lot of the beach, the circus tent. And so you would open the door to your trailer and you were right there on the beach. So we got to play, and that was really fun. We got to go swimming, and just sort of those unexpected surprises are some of my fondest memories.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah, it is, because you never know where you're going to be. So it's nice to be pleasantly surprised by your surroundings.
So it sounds like you've seen a lot of the United States. Have you also gotten to see the rest of the world by traveling with Circus?
Yeah, we traveled in Canada quite a bit when I was smaller. I've also traveled a little bit through Mexico. So you definitely get to see a lot of the country, and it's really, really nice. I've seen all 50 states.
Alaska and Hawaii?
Yes, that's right.
Oh my gosh, good for you. That's really kind of exciting.
I know. It really is. It really is. And the country is really so beautiful, and there really is so much to see.
I know. I think about that often, actually. There's so much to see in this country that a lot of people take for granted. That they could be out, not right now, but when the whole pandemic is over, there's a lot that people could go see without having to go to Europe. There's so many beautiful things here within our own country walls, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering about circus. I want to say socialization, because circus people are such a tight-knit group. I'm wondering if you still keep in touch with any of the circus people that you've met over the years, and where they are in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. No, Circus is a very tight-knit community. It's a very large melting pot of people from all over the world, and different cultures and religions and ethnicities. But, what unites us is the circus and our love of the circus. It's quite a bit easier now, with technology, social media, to keep in contact with people that we've met over the years. On a more local level, there is a social club in Sarasota called the Show Folks Club, and it is a gathering place for circus people, to meet and have fun, just basically like an Elks Lodge or a Shrine Club or, the VFW. And we meet usually a couple times a month and have social dinners and parties and birthdays and weddings and all sorts of things like that. So we definitely try to keep connected as best we can.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is.
And so is that part of the reason you moved to Sarasota, or why did you actually wind up here in Sarasota?
It started with my grandparents. My grandparents actually received a contract to perform at the Circus Hall of Fame. Which is no longer, unfortunately, but it was quite a large facility, and they had a museum, and they had circus performances 4 times a day. My grandparents were hired to work there. They worked there for 3 years, and then just loved the Sarasota area so much that they decided to make it their home. So my mother and her siblings were raised here in the winter time, and then I was born here and decided to make Sarasota my home as well.
So this Hall of Fame, I'm not actually familiar with that. Was that in Sarasota when it was open?
It was, yes. It was in Sarasota. I believe it was open until the mid-1970s.
Oh.
It was actually located near the Sarasota airport. It was a large building, and it had, circus memorabilia and other museum-type items, and they had a large area in the middle of the building where they would do performances 4 times a day, just small, short hour-long performances that, families that were traveling through the museum could come and see the show. Kind of reminiscent of the Summer Circus Spectacular, where folks can go through the Ringling Museum and see all the exhibits and then take in the circus as well.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I had never heard of that.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was very popular with school groups. A lot of the schools would bring their the kids for field trips.
Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So from a circus professional point of view, people love circus. They've always loved circus. In your opinion, why are circus shows so great?
I think it's that people get to see something really extraordinary up close and in person. I think that it's really amazing what people can do with practice and effort. And I think it's really moving for people to be able to see all these incredible feats up close and personal, if you will. And I think it's really inspiring particularly for Sailor Circus, for kids to come and see their peers doing all these really amazing things. And it kind of inspires them to aim for the stars and see if they could do it themselves. Yeah. It's also a very family-friendly event, and it's entertaining for children and adults alike. So that's kind of rare to find something that a form of entertainment that kind of keeps the whole family's interest.
Okay. You mentioned Sailor Circus. So for those of you listening that are not familiar with Sailor Circus is a youth training program here in Sarasota. It's over 70 years old. It was originally part of the Sarasota High School PE program. And over the years, eventually the Sarasota School Board decided they could not manage it anymore. So for a while, the Police Athletic League took it over. And eventually, the Circus Arts Conservatory took it over. And now we have, there's normally about 100 kids involved, and they practice in the Sailor Circus Arena, which was built specifically for circus training. There's not another facility like it in the country. And a lot of people have gone through this program. So I'm wondering, Kelly, did you ever participate in Sailor Circus, or did anyone from your family?
No, unfortunately, I never participated in Sailor Circus. The Sailor Circus program runs through the school year, and during the school year, I was always on the road traveling with my parents. However, I do have a lot of friends and acquaintances who attended Sailor Circus, and we also worked with a lot of former Sailor Circus students on different circuses throughout the years. So I was very familiar with the program growing up.
And did you say that you had friends or family members that coached there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have several, Mr. Willie Edelston, Miss Lenorma Fox, Mr. Lee Merritt. Yeah, definitely. I probably, 5 or 10 people that I can think of off the top of my head that were affiliated with Sailor Circus. Yeah.
Huh. So what do you think of it as a training ground for future circus performers?
I think it's wonderful. And and I always say, even if, the students choose not to pursue the circus arts as a full-time job, it's really, the skills learned in circus are invaluable. Teamwork, discipline, community, team, all of those things are so important. Self-confidence. And it's really, I think it's a really, really excellent program, and such a unique combination of physicality and arts. It's you don't really get that with any other after school program. You might take basketball or football, for the physicality, or you might, take acting or ballet. But this is one of those really, really unique programs that kind of combines all of those things together.
And we have such great costumes. Sailor
Oh,
Circus?
absolutely. Yeah. And the kids really get to participate in what they're, what they're wearing, and they're able to contribute their ideas about, what music they think they should be using, and all of the costuming and lighting and sound. So it's really a collaborative effort, and the kids really, really enjoy that.
Yeah, so I know it's talked about in a way regarding the